What's up, people? Um, Pretty much, I wanted to explain to some people about the new ship deck strategy that was introduced in Oromiss's video about 2 years ago and how that came to be. Pretty much about 2.5 years ago, a while before Oromiss and I even tried it initially. It was actually me and Big Bang. We were talking over Xbox Live just playing Ship Deck, and he mentioned that he had tried or thought of a different strategy and either tried it with Oramis or had just randomly thought about it in his head. And at that time, it was still never experimented with, and him and I never tried it that day. The only reason that strategy actually came to be was because Oromiss's world record had gotten beaten by Nightmare Reapers and Dreamer. And the connection with me and Oromiss was really bad, and I suggested that we try another strategy. And in my mind, I thought back to when I was playing with Big Bang and how he brought up the strategy about crossing over the crates and getting the first aid spray. And that was actually all that was discussed between me and Big Bang at that time, was just the flashlight player would cross over the canisters and get the first aid spray so he would have extra health. And that was all that was discussed. That was all that the strategy, that's how the strategy begun. It was just that. There was no chicken side route. The flashlight player, it was in question if he would still get that 60-second timer in the middle or not. Nothing was ever planned or anything. So, anyways, pretty much when me and Ormus were trying to take back his record, we were just thinking, I brought up, we should use a different strategy. And at that time, I brought up, we should do the canister cross and get the first aid spray. And me and Ormus actually planned out the chicken side route, and him and I measured which would be the fastest route from the chicken side to the 90-second timer while also getting a combo chest. And there was multiple routes at the time, and I'm just going to go ahead and show them to you. Alright, so this is the altered Wesker Jill, Wesker Sheva, whatever you want to use it for. This is the altered route that me and Blackjack came up with, and he gets most of the credit for this one. Pretty much the Wesker still gets this timer, but instead of crossing across the crates, he'll jump down, dash through here, get this timer so the Jill player doesn't have to get it at the end, and then continue as he normally would on the crates and to go get that timer. The thing is that it works really well because on this side, you really don't have many people from about 70 to 100 combo. So you can leave at like 80, 85 combo and get both of those timers and still make it up the tower, still get the first aid spray, and then the end actually works better for the Sheva or Jill player because when they are over there, when they're killing people, since they can't kill Magini's as quick as a Wesker player, they can kill and not have to climb up like at 130 combo or whatever it is. They can kill down there until all of their enemies are gone, and then climb up there and get that timer at the very end instead of running all the way down there to get the minute timer. So this route actually works way better, in my opinion, for a Wesker Jill team because, first of all, with the new strategy, it's so much easier to build time than it is with the old strategy. Plus, obviously, you get a combo chest. The only problem with the new strategy is that it just takes too long for the Jill player to run down and get that timer. It really just takes them too long, and you are waiting for them to finish the game, pretty much. Me and Blackjack had at least 12:30 Wesker Sheva, but both times it just took him too long to get to the center, and that's not his fault. It's just they can't dash. So anyways, I recommend this strategy for non-Wesker players. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the alternate routes from the chicken side. There was 3 routes in total that we tested, and the one that was the best is the one that made the final cut, and that's the strategy that everybody uses now. So the start to these other strategies start out the same. You know, obviously you kill the chicken, you get the combo chest, and one of the routes was to continue up here, and you can still get the rocket or not, whatever. Get this, and you do the zip line like normal, right? And what you would do is you would drop down here and you would have enemies. Obviously I'm in solo mode, so you're not going to see how the spawns were. You would have enemies and you would come over here and you would get this chest. And then once you got down here, you would just have a shitload of enemies waiting right here. So it's similar, it's just a different route, but this route was still really, it wasn't too bad, honestly. It wasn't that much slower than the route that we used, but it was probably just like a little bit slower and a little bit more difficult. Just with like, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but we just didn't end up using it. So that's the first route that we tested. I'm gonna restart and I'll show you the other route. The other route that we tested is still very similar. So you start out the same way. You kill the chicken, get the timer over there, you get the chest, and you would climb up this ladder. So you would end up right here, and then, let's see if I can even do it right. You would just do a super long dash to this chest. See that? See how quick that is? That is really quick. And you would just come over here and get this. And you would come down here and you would still have enemies. And once again, since I'm in solo mode, you're not going to see exactly how the spawns were. But the spawning was good in all 3 of these chicken side strategies that we tested. And then, like I said, the timing on all of them was very close. None of them was super slow, and like you just saw, that actually right there was really, really quick to get to that chest and start fighting. So, I don't know. That's the next one. And then obviously you have the third and final version where everybody knows by now. You do that, you do all the same shit. And I think we ended up choosing this one because it was a lot cleaner. It was quick and clean pretty much. You could dash a guy from here and get this timer, and then you could get this chest. So I think it was just a lot cleaner that we ended up using this strategy. The route was quick. You still had good spawns right here. And when you come over here, as you know, you usually get one or two Cephalos almost every time. And what that does is that really helps out the flash side player because they would usually get those Cephalos. And this person getting it makes it a lot easier on the flash side player for this player to cancel those Cephalos out. And all three of these strategies help you gain time in the beginning, and then they also obviously you get that timer at the end because the center side player has a lot of time at the end because when you're overplaying over there, the last guy you usually get is a dynamite guy, and it's usually at like 142 combo. So this player always has time at the end. But anyways, so you guys know, this strategy was created by myself, Oramus, and partly by Big Bang. And the only reason this strategy was created was to beat fucking Nightmare Reapers, to beat that little bitch, and we did. Everybody did. And I still think Oramus's video is one of the best, if not the best, ship deck video, along with Stative. Even though that score got broke, I mean, I still think it holds up to be the best, if not the best, because of the potential of that run. They had 14 minutes with like 10 kills to go, and the end didn't go great, but the potential of that run still, in my opinion, makes it probably the best duo ship deck video I've ever seen. And it was just a good display of teamwork when one of our scores got beat and all of us combined together to create something that is now used by everybody. And I just think it was a good display of teamwork, and I think it was pretty badass.